Good morning. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to dive straight in to talk about how we can break free by mastering procrastination and overwhelm. Do you procrastinate? I certainly catch myself doing it. And so let this begin the beginning of a transformative journey, your transformative journey, where you fully embrace your authentic self, unshackled by the constraints of overwhelm and procrastination. I had to think for a minute there. I'm going to share with you a 3-step method, which is going to light up your pathway to a far more focused, happy, and fulfilled life. We all want to be happy, right? It's normal. It's our given right. Isn't it wonderful to laugh and to have fun and be happy and be able to include others in our happiness? So if we are better and more action taking, then it reflects on other people and helps other people too. So the battle against procrastination and the sense that at times that everything is simply just getting too much to us, everything's on top of us, right? It's a shared human experience. And so it really resonates with many of us. And that's why we're going to talk about the struggle that goes beyond the frustration of unmet deadlines and cluttered schedules. We have everything all over the place, everything to do. And when we procrastinate, we feel that profound disconnect between our actions and our true deepest self. So that's what we're going to talk about and focus on today. It's not just about the lack of time management or discipline, though. It's about alignment, or rather a misalignment of who we truly are and what we're all about and what we genuinely value in life. It's the key to procrastination is breaking those cycles that we have within us through the self-discovery and conscious alignment with your core values. Having true alignment and balance in our day-to-day, it helps us to move through life with better emotional intention and purpose. When you're feeling emotional and intentional, it brings a lot more energy and activity there and leads us forwards, right? It reduces the friction that leads to procrastination, and it gives us the tools to create a life, the life that feels manageable and meaningful. To have a meaningful life is something that we all dream of. And being in control, when you don't procrastinate, you feel in control again, and you realize you can do what you propose to do. Yes, you truly can. So that's where we are today. Identifying your root causes of laziness and overwhelm. Yes, I did say lazy. I know we don't like that word. I don't like it either. But once we admit that procrastination can also be caused by laziness sometimes, then we understand where we're triggered, why we're triggered, and that it's usually when we're out of sync. So whatever you want to call it, it's not always that, of course, but many times it is. Procrastinating, putting things off, tomorrow, mañana, next week, I'll do it in an hour or two, and then we get distracted. So we need to look inward and understand our why and uncover our authentic, heartfelt desires. By aligning our goals with our personal truth, the newfound motivation and clarity replaces the problematic, overpowering temptation to leave it until tomorrow, another day. It's very important to stop living under this shadow. It's like walking through a dense fog, right? Every step feels unpredictable, we're not sure, we're overshadowed with frustration, and obviously we don't get the happiness that we want as a result. So this relentless cycle, it stifles our ability to get to the finishing line. It dampens our spirit. We feel so disconnected from the essence of what makes our life vibrant and meaningful. The pain of such a thing is not just missed deadlines or tasks left undone. It's the realization that our days are passing without truly living them, without experiencing the deep satisfaction that comes from engaging fully with our true passions and intentions. It's not about perfection. It's not about doing what we're supposed to do. It's about finding a deeper connection inside in both your heart and mind. understanding what's most important to you, and also structuring your life in the very way that honors everything you value. There's a burning desire to break free out of this foggy place we put ourselves in, right? To find a clearer path where we'd like to live much better. We'd be happier, we'd be so much more ourselves when the fog is lifted. So let's look at how we're going to reclaim our precious time, our inner energy, and the joy of crafting a life that resonates with your truest self, bringing back the purpose and the time when every action feels absolutely great. That's what we're looking for. Let's get to the nitty-gritty and talk about the 3-step method. Do you procrastinate? Big question. When we get to the question and answers, we'll look into that. But so far, let's think about how we stop such a thing. How do we stop procrastination and overwhelm? What are the secrets? What are the action steps? Well, first of all, I suggest strongly, and it really is the key, to take a deep dive into your self-discovery techniques. How do you find out your what, where, and how? We need to address that huge problem of not knowing that so that we get the inspiration, the motivation, and the practical action going to achieve the result we're actually looking for. So let's start peeling back those layers. Ask yourself why you're putting things off. Is it because you're out of alignment with what you truly want? Are you in the wrong place? You don't feel yourself right now. You're not in the situation, the environment that you love. Your job doesn't resonate with you anymore. Maybe the people around you aren't in sync with who you feel you are, and you don't have those positive vibrations with your ambience, so to speak. So asking yourself some deep questions by scheduling some serious time out to write down what really matters to me will help you to explore. Exploring who you truly are is the first step to overcoming your procrastination. So we need to sit down, reflect, and think. Breathe, meditate. Really feel that you're in the present moment and dig down deep into the techniques to identify your core values and passions. For example, journaling, meditative practices, I've already said, and introspective questioning. Ask yourself questions. Write them down if you like and look at them and then ask yourself those questions. No one's watching you. No one's listening to you. It's only you. Ask yourself those difficult questions. Actually, pinpointing your current life trajectory really helps you to understand your authenticity, who you are, so that you can lay the groundwork for that meaningful change. It's time for us to learn exactly what's important to us and what our strengths are, get to know what we're actually good at, what our skills are, what our possibilities are, our capabilities, and then write down and move to how and where and the wherefore of how you can move to actually where you want to go. Because now you know what you want, why you want it. So we now have to look at the action steps, which is the number 2. We haven't got there quite yet, but this is just directing us along the pathway that we need to go. If we don't feel happy and capable to do what we've set ourselves to do or what's expected of us, then how on earth do the people involved believe that the task will be completely reached, will be completed in the way it's meant to be? It's time to purposefully think and reflect and really look in and reclaim control over your time and personal emotional landscape, okay? So that's number 1, to reflect, take time out, look into your self-truth. Who are you? Who is the person inside of you. A wonderful thing to do for anything in life. Okay, so moving on to step 2, we're going to set some boundaries, okay? We want to activate those strategies to align your life properly. Say no to those commitments that don't feel you, that aren't your values. You don't like those things. You don't want to say something to someone or fire someone at work on behalf of the boss because he just doesn't or she doesn't feel like it. It's not you. So set the boundaries. Say no to commitments that you don't feel right. Just don't feel right. And intentionally redefine success according to your own terms, okay? Stand up for yourself. We need to take a serious look at what our current habits are, of course, and commitments, and identify those that we're not really interested in, those that don't fit. Maybe you're getting up and going jogging every morning, but you'd much rather go horse riding. Maybe you're getting older and the knees don't quite take it any longer. Or you can obviously take it down a little pace, maybe not do it so often. Normally we're pushing ourselves to do more. And obviously, if you want to run a marathon, that's not the technique to take. But I'm talking about the fact that perhaps you want to dedicate that time to a yoga class or some Pilates, or perhaps you're into diving and you want to go to the local swimming pool and practice your dives. It can be just as energetic as running, but I'm just saying if it doesn't feel you, doesn't suit you, or you decide that you want to change, then don't feel forced to do things that no longer serve you. Align your daily tasks with who you truly want to be, what you truly want to do. And if you're doing things that aren't really important to you, don't serve who you want to be, don't you think it's time to take those much needed steps and make some changes? That's why we do the reflection, to write down and think about what you want. But once you know what you want, then we need to take the strategy direction, the strategy pathway. We set those boundaries, we say no to commitments that don't align with us, and we really get rid of those feelings that something just isn't right. We want to invest our energy in stuff that really resonates with who we are. What really resonates with you? What are your passions? What are your feelings? Think about maybe something you used to do when you were in a different situation and you loved so much and that you left it because of circumstances. Maybe you've been through a change in your family situation and needed to dedicate time to the family and didn't write that book. So going back to your really passionate desires and what you want in life helps you to stop procrastination, because you really want to do what you've set yourself, the goals, the vision that you have. You really want to go forwards and do that. So the procrastination just dissolves. Obviously, we get distracted. They have certain days. We're not always in that amazing space of getting things done, but it's a big step forwards to achieving what you really want in life. So say no to things that don't serve your envisaged goals, okay? Make sure your actions and your values are in sync. 3, now, we are looking to create action steps for the sustainable change, okay? But we need to be emotionally intentional about them. When we're clear on what's important to us and have an emotional, intentional commitment to those goals, the final step focuses on creating those specific steps for sustainable change. So let's take a hard look at your daily tasks and habits. Think about that. Back to the reflection again. You can write this down. How can you design your time management and prioritizations to align with your values? What's important to you? The techniques can be tailored to naturally reduce the temptation to procrastinate, make them doable, but not too easy. That way we keep the excitement and interest alive. When you push yourself and reach your goal, you have that wonderful feeling of accomplishment, success. Hey, I did it. And you remember that next time and you enjoy the process. Focusing on what you want to do brings back the enjoyment, the excitement, takes away the fear. It really is a case of taking one step at a time, because when we write a list of to-dos, it's just that overwhelming feeling when you look at that list. It simply translates to an overwhelming task, and most people will instantly shy away from it. So don't get distracted to do something else until later. Have that feeling of what happened before and how you felt, that exciting feeling, but don't jump into everything on the list. One step at a time, that big thing. There's a book called Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy, and he delves into how, if you haven't already read it, many people know this already because it's so impactful. But it makes you feel a bit yucky when you first hear about it. You need to eat that ugly frog first thing in the morning, as in do the first task and move it out the way and continue with those. We often, I'm guilty of this too, think, well, I'll just post that Instagram photograph, or I'll just answer an email, or I just want to ring up. I'm doing this, we don't do that anymore, do we? Ring up, or voicemail, whatever. Ring up a certain person, just distraction, because it's easier. So do that big one, the biggie task, and then you'll feel ready to continue and you'll be so happy. Okay, so we need to use a dedicated creative workspace, perhaps. Maybe you work from home, maybe in your office, if creativity is your thing. Creation, a lot of us are creative, and it helps to have the space, especially for that tasks. For example, if you want to get up in the mornings and create a habit of doing yoga, create the yoga space, light the candle, have the Buddha statue if you're into meditation and that kind of space, and put your clothes ready the night before, have the mat laid out, create your space, an environment that supports this new alignment. Are you happier with a window open, sitting in the park, or cozy by the fire in the house in the winter, or the heater in the office? Choose your ambience and be specially prepared to do what you intend to do and complete the task. That's what we're all about. But remember that overcoming procrastination isn't just knowing what to do, it's about understanding why we haven't been doing it. So look at the things that I'm recommending, and if they're opposite, then that might be of some help, because you might find your space isn't right. Maybe you're in the living room and the children are coming in from school and you're on a call, or you have the doorbell ringing with the Amazon packages. So without this insight, external pressures can push us off the track. So think about what will keep you on track, okay? It's all about the positivity, the doing. And also the external expectations to be productive. There's so much push this day and age. Work. Why didn't you do this? You could do this. You had time to do that. It often means that we fill our time also with stuff without much personal significance, because we're looking busy. We're being watched, observed, we're being judged, we feel judged. Probably the person isn't judging you at all, but we feel that judgment. But remember that it's not having the feeling of being judged, it's the feeling of how long you feel that way. So switch the switch, clear your desk and focus on your task, and make sure it's one you really want to do as well. Obviously, sometimes we have those tasks to get to where we want to be. If you suddenly want to be an amazing, successful author, then we have to get down to the nitty-gritty and look at those titles and start writing the book, connect with a publisher, or learn how to do it online. There's some things that are the underneath essentials, but you know where you're going, and that's the exciting finishing line. So think about that. When we create a supportive environment, be it through a community, physical workspace adjustments, or adopting technology tools, it facilitates sustained change. So it really does help to turn our new alignment into a lived reality. Action steps, okay? And imagine the transformation when you start living by your true values, the joy, the purpose, and yes, the productivity that comes with it. We've been through the 3 steps, but you've seen it happen. people to change careers. They reshape their lives around what truly matters to them. It's achievable. It's possible. It's not impossible. Take the im off. Possibility. Reality. A profound example of perseverance and faith in one's abilities is J.K. Rowling. Does that name ring a bell? Harry Potter? Who went from a struggling single mother to being a world-renowned author with the Harry Potter series. One of the most beloved, successful books in franchise history, right? I remember my sister reading the book, and she told me that she had a friend who put a paper cover over the title because she was embarrassed to read it on the metro to go, the train, what do you call it, tube to go to the city. So, you know, it's a case of really admitting that you love something and being truthful about it and just being you. But I'm going down a rabbit hole here, as always. Okay, so Rowling really faced so many rejections from publishers before her first book. And when it was accepted, it was just the joy and the end game. We have our end game, have that end game in sight. Despite her setbacks and the personal challenges, including she lived on welfare apparently to support her daughter, she stuck to it. She continued to pursue her passion for writing. The Harry Potter series sold more than 5 million copies worldwide. It was translated into over 80 languages and produced a huge, highly successful film series, of course. Her journey from facing rejection and financial hardships to achieving global recognition and success, it really underscores the importance of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of one's passions against all odds. Procrastination. Move it. Follow the clear pathway, regardless of where you start or the obstacles you face, with determination, self-reflection, and a readiness to step out of your comfort zone. You can transform your life, your career, into something you deeply resonate with your values, your core passions, who you are. Embracing change and persevering through challenges can indeed lead to a fulfilling and impactful life. What do you think? What do you think about it? Do you feel that you can do this? We have to have that feeling because we know that what we want to do and what we're doing is important to us, exciting, and necessary to get to your end game, your envisaged result. So you now have 3 strategic steps to get rid of the constant procrastination. I'm so excited about this, I can't even speak. Okay, so I think I said that before. Stop to self-reflect on what's truly important to you in life. What do you truly want your life to look like, okay? Reflection, who are you? What do you want? Look at your core values, your inner you, your possibilities, your strengths. Know yourself. Self-knowledge, self-discovery, self-awareness, self-realization. We're going into the self-actualization, okay? 2, setting the boundaries we spoke about. Say no to commitments that don't align with your values and intentionally redefine success according to your own terms. Take life back into your own hands. Take control. You are the one who can change your life around. Many times we hear the, I'm waiting for this. Oh, poor me, it's happened again. And why does it always happen to me? Why me? Life is in our own hands. Let's take back control. Let's move forwards. And number 3, take those practical steps. Take those practical steps one at a time towards your emotionally intentional goals. Make it emotional, make it real. Joe Dispenza, I often mention, and he talks about emotional intention. When you have passion and feeling behind something, don't we do it so much better? Don't we have that involved feeling of everyone around us because we are showing up so passionate about what we're doing? Don't they become intrigued and involved in our energy? Yes, it's an amazing thing, but it's so true. The impact of embracing your self-discovery and aligning your life with core values is truly profound. By living in accordance with what truly matters to you, you shed that weight of procrastination and overwhelm, freeing yourself to lead a life filled with purpose and joy. Laughter, dancing, happiness, it all comes back. We not only enhance our personal fulfillment, but also improve the productivity and satisfaction in life and work and our personal endeavors. Imagine yourself as the hero of your own action-packed movie where the villain is procrastination. Your mission is to defeat it with a series of clever, practical strategies. Visualize your success. See yourself standing victorious on the battlefield. Task completed. We need to equip ourselves with a timer to create short, intense focus sessions to get there. Our very own time bomb that obliterate distractions. That's how we're attacking the procrastination, okay? Prepare yourself with a timer, focus, and don't get distracted. Okay, that's what focus means, right? Break down next the strategies to complete those bite-sized, achievable goals. Think of these as mini bosses that you need to defeat before the final battle. You're getting there, and then here comes the enemy and the blockages, the stumbling blocks, the big wall, the mountain you have to climb to get to the top and put the flag on. And then don't forget to reward yourself with the small treats or breaks. I'm going away next week on a mini vacation. We won't have this call next week. It will be in 2 weeks' time. It's time for me to have a break, and we have to take care of ourselves. So when we procrastinate, we overwork, we undersleep, maybe we overeat or undereat. We feel tired. We may fall ill, because we're so wrapped up and mentally worried and physically exhausted. So reward yourself, look after yourself, have those power-ups, recharge yourself, recharge your energy and your motivation, okay? It isn't just a fight, it's a journey of self-discovery and triumph. Start now, take action, and remember, each step forward is a victory against procrastination. You win the battle. You win this particular day. In the morning, think about your task, or in the evening before, maybe prepare the week before. It depends on your personality, who you are, and what it's all about. Perhaps it's a difficult intention. Perhaps it's an easy, quick step onto the next task. But really, really, it's important to focus and not put something off until the last moment. I work well with deadlines. I will mention that in some of these calls, but I'm learning that you can be overwhelmed and start procrastinating when you get to that deadline. And the job isn't so well done. It's not so rewarding. And again, you get into that, into those health issues. So why do you think you procrastinate? Think about that one, the reason. There, the habits come in, the changes come in, the productive steps, the action taking, okay? When did you last put something off? What was it? Do you like doing that? Do you not like doing that? What were the circumstances? Can you change those circumstances? And another question, the last one here is, how do you feel when you don't deliver? It's tough, right? It's not a very good feeling. The feeling of being successful, the joy. I remember when I was doing affiliate marketing, I received a text message to say that one of my clients had upgraded to the top. And it was the first feeling after a very short time in the space of success and belief, because I didn't believe in myself. I kept putting things on, I took time, but I succeeded. And that feeling when you do deliver, and also it affected other people because they had the proof and the help from me because they wanted to know what I did to get to that result. So it really is so important to deliver, not to procrastinate, because it doesn't just affect you, it affects other people also. Obviously, your family, if you need more financial influence in your life, and the way you're happier, you're more lovable, you're more pleasant to be around, right? When we succeed. Okay, so if you really feel ready to break free from the fog and live a life fulfilled with purpose and joy, let's take this journey together. And don't forget to join us live in 2 weeks on Thursday, the 25th of April, for our next Uncover the True You live show. We're going to be talking about integrating self-discovery into our everyday life. We'll dive even deeper into strategies for personal growth and self-improvements. And until then, here's to finding your own self-truth. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'll see you in 2 weeks after my mini holiday. So please think about this, go through the steps, share your stories and questions in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Let's make this a conversation. Take care, and I wish you speedy action and joyous results. And I don't know if you've seen Love Actually, it just sprung to mind. Do you remember when that girl eventually had a date with her love at the office, and she opened the door and she said, "Just a minute, I won't take a moment." And she went round on the steps and went, do a happy dance, do your shimmy, and enjoy, because you deserve success. But it's in your hands. Thank you. See you in 2 weeks' time. Ciao. Take care.